Africa, Africa, wake up, rise up, fight for your freedom. You will never in Nigeria, never, no, you can never be Nigeria. No, from beginning, you will never in Nigeria, nothing like Nigeria. You shall never be Nigeria, nothing like Nigeria. So take your fucking Nigeria, give them Biafra.
Welcome. Please share the broadcast as you join. Share the broadcast on your platform. Share to family and friends. Share to our foes. Make sure you share this program in a radical way. Click like. As you join, you click like. Like the broadcast and share. Very, very important.
We have to fight. You have to fight. They have to fight. I have to fight. No, we have to fight for freedom. We must find a way to fight away. British are murderers. And why one? Biafra, Cross River, Delta, Edo, Rivers, Benue, Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu, Imo, we are all Biafra. Shout out to all those who are tried. We love us for freedom. To every freedom fighter, special respect. I feel the one life. Legendary massive movement. Nnamdi Kanu, Respect Sojo, Instant Security Network.
Welcome. Diana, you're welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for joining. I welcome everybody who has connected to this very program. I appreciate you as usual. We need to keep the fire burning. We cannot take a rest. We cannot take a leave. We are still on the struggle, and we will continue to do it the way we're supposed to do it. Now we sing our national anthem before we now take the prayer of our Supreme Nnamdi Kanu, and we go fully into the broadcast. Let's take the national anthem. take the prayer of Nnamdi Kanu. We go to the prayers as usual. You know, we have to pray. Prayer is the key. Without the prayer, we cannot go on. We cannot. We must have to listen to the prayer of Nnamdi Kanu, because that prayer is the key and the foundation that we are standing upon. Even if you don't believe in prayer, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything. Prayer works. It works, but as we pray, we also add in the work. When you pray and you work, it works like magic. That is why we have to pray before we get into the business of the day. Let's listen to the prayer of Nnamdi Kanu.
What you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist. You opened your mouth, to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoto. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy. Because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said,
You see. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate every one of you who has been able to connect to this very program today. Any place you are connecting from, any place you are joining this program from, I appreciate you and I thank you so much for joining, for being able to be there. Please, I beg you in the name of Chukwu Abiyama, as you have joined on this very broadcast, kindly share on your own platform. Share and click like. As I always say, you're liking the program and sharing is helping us to stand the pressure we have on the social media. We are having a lot of pressure on the social media. You can see recently, Lai Mohammed have announced the agreement they reached with the Facebook to make sure they shut us down, to make sure they limit our audience. And it's not only Facebook. You heard him calling on Twitter, calling on YouTube, calling on other angles. This is what they are doing. They are trying to make sure that they stop us from sending out message. They make sure they restrict our broadcast. They make sure that we have limit of people that we can reach. But the only way we can break that barrier is by you sharing. When you share the video, they will not have any choice than to continue to send those information, to send notification to people. When you are liking, when you click like on the video, when you click like on the broadcast, they will not have any choice than to send the notification to other people to join the broadcast. Because you see, most of our platform, all the autopiloted platform, when you go there, we have very huge number of followers, we have very huge number of subscribers. But when we come online, you find that the only few people come online to join us on the broadcast. Why it is that way is because the rest people are not being sent notification. The only way we can trigger that notification to force the social media network to send the notification is when you enter the program, you like and you share. When you like and you share, their algorithm will have no choice. They will have no choice than to continue to send signal to notify people and tell people that we are online. This is what you have to do to make sure that we break the chain. Please, that's why we beg you all the time to try and make sure you like the program and you also share the program on your own platform. As you like and share, you are helping us to overcome the challenge, and we will definitely overcome the challenge by the special grace of Chukwukabiam. So today we have come back once again, as always. No matter how busy we are, no matter how tired, no matter how tedious the job is, we must have to come online on a daily basis to encourage fellow Biafrans, to inspire fellow Biafrans, to tell you that all is well. In the midst of all the trials, in the midst of all the temptation, in the midst of all the attack, we are going to overcome. Do not relent in your effort. Don't allow anybody to bring you down. Don't allow anybody to intimidate you. Do not allow anybody to tell you otherwise, to tell you different things from what you have known already. Don't allow somebody to change your mind from the real thing. Continue to focus on the direction which is Biafra. That is the only direction we're heading. We are heading to Biafra, and no man born of a woman can stop us from going to Biafra. We are going home. We are going home. The saints are coming home. Every one of us, Biafrans, wherever you are a saint, and we are coming home. We are coming home, and no man born of a woman can stop our journey home. It doesn't matter how they try. It doesn't matter what they do. They are trying. They will try. Let me tell you, if you think they wouldn't try, they will try, and they will continue to try. But I tell you, they will never succeed as long as you are consistent, as long as you know what you are fighting for, as long as you are fighting for the right cause. They will never overcome you. No matter the challenges that come from east, west, north, and south, no matter the challenges that come from all corners, we are going to overcome them. We will. You are going to see all the enemies disappear before your own very eyes. Today, you see what is happening everywhere. They have intensified on the attack. As our countdown is drawing closer, as we are drawing closer to Biafra, they are intensifying on their own attack. And they know that our countdown is a reality. They know it's going to come to pass, but they can't stop it. They can't stop it. What they are trying now is to cause chaos everywhere, to cause trouble and cause obstruction, cause all manner of distraction, all corners. This is what they will continue to do until we get into Biafra. So, whatever you see today, do not be surprised. When you are being attacked, don't be surprised. When you are being blackmailed, don't be surprised. When you are shot at, don't be surprised. Whatever happens going forward, do not be surprised. The enemy have come to kill, to steal, and to destroy. That is the only mission they have against us. But as long as Chukwukabiama lives, they will not take our life. They can't destroy us. We will stand and continue to stand until we get into Biafra land. Adazaya, you're welcome. Thank you for joining. So as we are going forward, my fellow Biafrans, at this radical moment that we are preaching the gospel of Biafra, every one of us have to sit up. You have to sit up. Any place I have to sit up. As the time draws closer, as Biafra draws closer, so the challenges get harder, so the challenges get tougher. But while it's getting tougher, that is how it's also ending. We are getting to an end. More is seeking on the That is one adage in Ebola. They say more is seeking on the when it is getting so difficult, that is when it is coming to an end. As we are going forward, you are seeing a difficult situation. You are going to see more difficult things ahead. You are going to see more difficult days. You are going to see more tough days. You will see more propaganda, more blackmails, more attacks. But in all of it, you have to stand strong. You have to stand strong, and do that which you can do to remain consistent and to encourage your fellow warriors. At this particular point in time, what we have to introduce in our lives is Honorable One Nabanosọ. Honorable One Nabanosọ. In our Biafra land mainly, everybody should be watching his brothers back. The enemy we are up against, they have shown themselves. We know them now very, very well, unlike before. We know them, they have come out clear. So many of them are military uniforms. So many of them are among us answering Biafrans. So many of them are in police uniforms. So many of them are in the streets. So many of them are in the governor's house. So many are in the presidential house. So many of them are even in the IPOB. So many of them are even among us, closer family. Every one of them, Chukwu Okukabia had exposed them and shown us those who have made themselves enemy to his people. What are we going to do? The only thing that you and I is going to do today is to pay attention to the time. Pay attention to the time that we're in. At this particular time that we are in, every hand has to be on deck. Mba Fidelis, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. Every hand must have to be on deck. Do not allow anybody to distract you. Do not allow anybody to push you around. Do not allow anybody to confuse you. Chukwu Okukabia have done his own part. I believe the remaining part now is for you and I to walk into Biafra. I assure you that every stumbling block that is going to hinder us from entering to Biafra, every obstacle that will hinder us from entering Biafra, it will be crushed. It will be crushed. Chukwu Okukabia is going to pull it away and crush it. That is why you must have to pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention to instructions and follow instructions. When you are told to do something, do it. When you are told to give a support, give a support. When you are told to sit at home, sit at home. When you are told to do anything, make sure you do it. That's the only way we can move forward. That is the way we can overcome the enemy. Because the enemy we are up against, they cannot relent. They will not stop. Just like you saw Pharaoh. When Pharaoh was engaging the children of Israel, Moses engaged Pharaoh with all the miracles and all manner of things that he did. Pharaoh never let them go. Pharaoh refused to let Israel go with all the miracles. Moses performed a huge number of miracles in the presence of Pharaoh. Yet he refused to let Israel go until when he saw death in his doorstep. When death came on his doorstep, he has no choice than to let Israel go. And even while they were going, he still chased them to the sea. To show you that there are some enemies that are very stubborn, just like the enemy we are facing. We know that the Fulani Caliphate, they hate us with all God, and they will not stop at anything to destroy us. The Fulani Caliphate are preparing day and night. The most dangerous one is that they are preparing with the aid of people who are Biafrans. Our fellow Biafrans who are supposed to be fighting, supposed to be watchful and watch and hear, see where they are coming from and give information that people. Instead, they are working hand in hand with the Caliphate. They are the one acting as informant against our people. We have seen informations coming from Biafra land that Biafran people are acting as informant against their own brother. You will go and be pointing your brother as a member of ESN. What crime has the ESN committed? That is one thing you will ask yourself when they tell you to go and tell them where the ESN camp is. When they will come and meet you and give you a bribe to go and fight against ESN. When they will tell you to fight against them, ask them, what crime has ESN committed? From the very first time Nnamdi Kanu established ESN up to today, ask them, what crime has ESN committed? That is one question you have to ask. When you will volunteer to ask an informant, when you will volunteer to go and work against ESN, when you volunteer to go and fight against ESN, even when you know you are a Biafran, even when you know that that very establishment was to protect you, and you are acting as informant against them, you are fighting against them, ask yourself, what crime has ESN committed against you that you go after them? What crime? What crime has they committed against you? The only crime that the ESN have committed is that they are stopping the Fulanization of Nigeria. They are stopping the Fulanization of Nigeria, stopping the movement of the Fulani to the southern part of Nigeria. They are making sure that Biafra land is protected. That is the only crime they have committed. They are making sure that your land is protected. They are making sure that your children are protected. And yet, you don't say that. And yet, you are bent on fighting that which has come to protect you. If you answer that question, what crime has ESN committed? Has you ever heard of ESN killing innocent people? Each time you had every accusation put against ESN, it has always been propaganda. It has always been propaganda. And at the end of the day, it will be revealed that the ESN doesn't have a hand in any waste of life. They don't have a hand in taking innocent life. They have never done it. They have never been involved in taking any innocent life. Each time ESN we are going after people, it was after the terrorists, the people who are enemy, the people who want to take our life. They are only going on self-defense to protect our land. That has been their duty from the day on site. But you see, the Zoological Republic, the governors in the southeast, the criminals in the RC, the caliphate sponsor the governors and tell them to go against ESN so that they can have a way to complete their Islamization of Nigeria. They know that as long as the ESN continue to function, that they cannot Islamize Nigeria. They know as long as the ESN continue to function, they cannot include the Southeast in the Islamization agenda. That is why they are using the governors. Today you see governors, you see Soludo sponsoring youth, the youth that he couldn't be able to give job. All of a sudden, when you hear him, he will call all the Agboros and give them money, paying as much as 150,000 naira per month for them to go after ESN. Recruiting youths against their own people. Against their own people. When they recruit you and push you against your own people, don't you ask questions? Don't you ask, you are a member of Ebubago and you claim that the Ebubago was to secure Biafra land. Have you not asked yourself, sit back one day and ask yourself, this Ebubago that I have joined, how many Fulanis have I confronted? How many Fulanis have I arrested compared to how many Biafrans you have killed? This Ebubago you have formed, don't you sit back and ask yourself, in this Ebubago, why is it that every mission we are having is against our own people? Why is it that every mission we are having is against our own people? Why is it that every mission we are having is our own people? Why is it that everybody that have been arrested in Ebubago are all Biafrans? Have you ever asked yourself that question? Ask yourself, in Biafra land, in Oduduwa land, where they have the Omoteku Oduduwa land, you have never had Omoteku arresting their own Oduduwa person. You have never had Omoteku fighting against their own people. You have never had a protest in Yoruba land, say that they want Omoteku to go. You have never had any protest in anywhere, say that Omoteku was going to kill a politician or they are drawing debt. You have never had anywhere where Omoteku was dehumanizing or torturing their own people. Every single video you see about Omoteku is either they arrest the cow or they arrest the Fulani or they have a confrontation with the Fulani. We have seen several videos where the Omoteku were having confrontation with the Fulanis. We have seen several videos where Omoteku, even the Nigerian military, confront Omoteku because of the way they were fighting against the Fulanis. But in Biafra land, we have never, ever, not even once, had the so-called Ebubago confronting the Janjaweed. We have never seen the Fulanis being confronted by the Ebubago. The only duty the Ebubago has, their only concern is the Eastern Security Network, a network that was put in place to secure Biafra land. It wasn't to kill anybody. It wasn't to fight against politicians. It wasn't to fight against it. It was to maintain peace and order in our place, to make sure that our forest is safe. That is why Nnamdi Kanu established them. Their major duty is to stay in the bushes and make sure that the Fulanis do not take our land. But you see, the governors will call you, senators will call you, the Department of Saboteurs will call you, and they will tell you, go and fight these people, and you go. Is it because of what you will eat? Is it because of what you will drink? That thing you will eat, that thing you will drink, that money they will give you, how long is it going to lead you? How far is it going to lead you? And how long do you think you will live on the earth? With the innocent Biafran life you are taking, how long do you think you have to live? If you are a member of this very group, Ebubago, if your brother, your sister, or somebody you know is in it, give this video to that very person. How long are you going to be continue to take the life of innocent people? And how long do you think your own life is going to last? How long do you think your own life is going to last? The radical movement have started, and I told you yesterday that every human being that have involved himself in taking the life of innocent Biafra, the time to pay has come. Every single person that is involved in taking the life of innocent Biafrans, the time to pay have come. It doesn't matter your tribe, it doesn't matter your religion, it doesn't matter your location, it doesn't matter who sent you, it doesn't matter under which disguise you're working. If you have taken the Biafran life, innocent Biafran life, you are going to pay. And the time has come for you to pay. You cannot escape it. You can't escape it. For those of you who still have that time now, it is better you walk away from that evil. If you cannot walk away and remain in that zoo, walk away and disappear, run away, cross the border, go somewhere and hide yourself. When Biafra comes, you come back. We have seen so many people who have deserted this criminal gang. We have seen so many people who have run away from this criminal gang. People that has conscience in them. People that say they will not spill the blood of an innocent Biafran. And they left the country for these criminals. But let me tell you, they are not living in vain. They are living to come back. we are all going to come back to take back our land. And no man born of a woman can stop us from taking our land. We are all coming back to take back that which belongs to us. It doesn't matter who you think you are. It doesn't matter who you think is sponsoring you. It doesn't matter you're even on warfare. It doesn't matter who you think is guiding you. We are coming back to take our land, and our land we will take. Who is leading this revolution? And this revolution, every barrier, every obstacle, everything that is standing to be a barrier for us to enter into Biafra will be definitely crushed. You cannot survive it. You cannot survive this wave. This wave that is coming, you cannot survive it. It doesn't matter where you hang your life, you will not survive it. Go and mark it somewhere, you will not survive it. At this critical point in time, every Biafran has to wake up. In 2023, nothing on earth will stop us from getting into Biafra. That time has come. The only thing you will do wherever you're watching from is to prepare yourself. Even if you're living abroad, call your people back home and tell them the time that we're in. Let everyone prepare. Mainly people who are in Biafra land, they should prepare themselves for the time that is coming. They should prepare themselves for what is coming. They should prepare themselves for what is coming. It is not going to be easy. But I tell you, it will not be like 1967. Never, ever, ever going to be either in long time. It's not going to be as long as it was in 1967. And it's not going to be the same ball game. In this time around, it is going to be a different ball game. And in a short while, we are going to breathe light again. The breath of life is going to come back to Biafra land in a short while. It is not going to take time. But at this very short period of time, you must persevere. You must prepare yourself. You must prepare your mind to persevere, for the days ahead is evil. You must prepare yourself, for the days ahead is evil. Exactly. We have 68 days to go. In these 68 days to go, begin to prepare yourself. Begin to prepare yourself. If anybody is deceiving you, telling that something is not going to happen, something will definitely happen. How it's going to happen, I don't know. Who is going to trigger it, I don't know. But I'm telling you that something is going to happen. 68 days. 68 days to go. 68 days ago, something will definitely happen. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't want to figure it out. All I know is that something is going to happen. And when that thing begins to happen, prepare yourself, whatever you see, because at the end of it, we are all going to breathe the breath of life. We are all going to rejoice. It is going to be a joyful end. No matter how difficult it is going to be a joyful end. But the most important thing you have to do today as a Biafran is to continue to sensitize people, continue to let people be aware, continue to let people be aware, so that they will pay attention with the timetable when the time comes. As we are moving ahead, nothing is going to stop the coming of Biafra. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. There is nothing to be afraid of. Our allies and international allies are waiting for us. Every ally that the Biafra has, they are waiting for us. They are waiting for us to do something before they will come in. Let me tell you, if you are afraid, hunger is not going to kill you. Hunger is not going to kill you. All you have to do today is to prepare yourself for the days ahead. Hunger, I say hunger is not going to kill you. We have been coming from this preparation for a very long time. The seat at home you are hearing time and time again is to prepare you for what is about to come. We are entering into another tough stage. We are entering into another difficult stage. On that stage, after this difficult and tough stage, after this rain, the sun is going to shine again. The sun is going to rise again. The sun is going to rise again. And this time, it is going to rise for good and forever. The sun is going to rise for good and forever. And no amount of trouble can stop it. No amount of evil can stop it. Because it is the mandate of Chukwu Kabiam, who has the final say. When he says yes, nobody can say no. And because he has said yes to us, that is why we have the confidence that we are going into Biafra. The independent state of Biafra is going to be reactivated. In 68 days, the independent state of Biafra will be reenacted. And there is nothing anybody can do about it. Even the Janjaweed are aware. The enemies of Biafra are aware. They are hearing it. They are hearing it. They don't know how it's going to come. They are hearing it. They know it is coming. They know it's going to come, but they don't know how it's going to come. That is why Mazen Nnamdi told you that it's going to be the last miracle on the planet Earth. The way it's going to happen, it will happen in such a way that no man will take the glory. It will happen in such a way that any ear that hears it will say, it is only God. All you have to do now is to play your own part. Do that which you are supposed to do as we are waiting for time. Begin to prepare yourself the best way you can. Begin to prepare yourself. It is not a time to sleep. It is not a time to play around. It is not a time to joke. It is a time to be serious with every single thing you hear or see in the course of this journey. Take it serious. Take it serious. Take every statement serious. Take every move serious. Whatever you hear, take it serious. If you see something, say something. If you hear something, say something. Mainly people in Biafra land, pay attention to your environment. Pay close attention to your environment. And this time around, this Biafra land is under siege. Biafra land is under siege. You have seen videos where Biafran people have been sent away from the home. Something that Nnamdi Kanu vowed that would not happen. Something that Nnamdi Kanu vowed that it did not happen. And now they have kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu, and they have succeeded in sending some people away from them. And in this era, we took an oath with Nnamdi Kanu. We took a resolution that we will defend Biafra land by all means possible. And I tell you, every Biafran man or woman that have been evacuated from their house, they will return their home. They will return back home. They will return back home. And very soon they will return back home. But what you have to do is that as you are returning home, pay attention to the environment. Let the youth pay attention. Let the elderly ones pay attention. When you hear something, you say something. Let nobody sleep. Do not go to sleep. Do not go to sleep. Just like we went to Ikehamufu and we drove them away, and the caliphate soldiers came and brought them back, and they allowed them to massacre our people. We cannot allow that to happen again. We can no longer allow that to happen again. You know, when we say it to the international community that Nigerian country is a terrorist country, Nigeria is a terrorist country, a country that sponsors terrorists against its own citizens, sponsor terrorists against supposedly their own citizens, and you want us to remain in such kind of contraption. We cannot be part of this madness. We have seen enough. We have had enough, and we are done. We have had enough. We have seen enough, and we are done. We cannot be part of the criminality anymore. A country that has the only mission that it has is fraud. The only mission that it has is to destroy life for innocent people. The only mission that it has is to commit horror, genocide against the supposedly citizens. I tell you, the disintegration of Nigeria must happen. It doesn't matter what you think or what you say or how you try to reason it. The disintegration of the Zoological Republic of Nigeria, it's going to happen very, very, very soon. It's going to happen. As we are counting down, you better count along. Do not relax. Don't relax. If you don't know why you must stand up and fight, look at what is happening in the Zoological Republic. A country where a terrorist will come out and tell you somebody who they call Eda is somebody who they give protection, they give him police DSS protection. Shigumi will come out and tell you that if you are going to come to fight terrorists when you become a president, that you will know nobody will vote for you. Coming out in the open to advise the Northerners that they should not vote anybody who is coming to fight terrorism. You see? When our spokesman Samuel said that it will be much more comfortable for a hardcore Northerner to live in a caliphate than to live in a free world. Every Muslim in the north, they will prefer to live in an Islamic country than for them to live in a secular state. They prefer living in an Islamic country than living in a secular state. That is why you see what you see today. That is why you hear what you hear today. That somebody in a secular state will come and make a case and say that if you want to come to fight terrorism, that nobody's going to vote in the north. Advising the Northerners that they should not vote anybody that is coming to fight terrorism. And this man made this statement in the open. Up to today, nobody invited him. No arrest. They pretend as if they didn't hear it. When they want to commit their evil, when they want to advise their people against us and commit their evil, they do it in the open with all impunity. The audacity of the North is something that is something else. But our own people, bunch of cowards who cannot even stand up to their mates and make their demand. Bunch of cowards who cannot stand their ground and say, this will not happen to my people. This will not happen to my people. But what you see them is their own personal, they are always pursuing their own personal agenda. They are always pursuing prisoners. That is why today you see people hanging behind Peter Obi because of their selfish interest. Because you want to be a president, now you jeopardize the life of everybody in your area. Because you want to be a president, now you enslave everybody in your area. You become the only hit man. Simply because you want to be a president. But I tell you, Chukwu Okabe know that you will not be there. And Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have made it clear that instead of any Biafran or any Oduduwa person to go into that post again, let the Fulani continue. And that is where we stand. Instead of any Oduduwa person or any Biafran to go and assume the post of presidency in that Zoological Republic going forward, let the Fulanis continue. And Mazen Nnamdi Kanu described that as Milina Mohu on our money dinner. Milina Mohu on our money. That is what it is. You can't escape it. You can't escape it. The earlier you come to embrace the truth now, the better. The earlier you begin to change from your evil ways, the better. The earlier you begin to prepare yourself for entering into Biafra, clear and sanctify yourself, and keep a good heart, the better for you. Biafra is a nation that's going to be functioning based on truth. You must have to be qualified for any post you want to handle in Biafra land. And you must be consistent in your duties. That is the Biafra we want to form. We are not forming a Biafra intimidation. We are not forming a Biafra where you're going to form cabals. We are not forming a Biafra where fraud will continue to exist. In Biafra, fraud is going to be exterminated completely. If you commit fraud in Biafra land, it might earn you a death penalty. You cannot try such in Biafra land. You can't. We are trying as much as possible to change the status quo. This is not us. These people have been able to transform Biafran people. They have changed Biafran people from what they really originally are. Biafran people that are known to be industrious. Biafran people that are known to be hardworking. Biafran people that are known to be educated. Biafran people that are known to love. All of a sudden, these people have come to destroy every legacy of the Biafran people, to paint us evil. Today we are fighting a battle all day. Fighting a battle all day long. Day and night we are in a battle. That is not our nature. The people who are known with such kind of stupid battle are the Fulani Janjaweed. The Fulani Janjaweed who doesn't have a home, who are moving from one place to the other, looking for whom to conquer. We are not like that. The Biafran people have not conquered anybody. It is not because we can't. We have the population, we have the ammunition, we have the weapon. After all, we fought against the whole world. We fought against the whole world for 3 good years, standing. Who can do it? But we did it. And in this present time, God help them. God help them. In this present time, where we have qualified scientists everywhere, where we have tough people in tough places, and they think they can hold us down. They think they can twist us. They think they can use us as their rag. Not anymore. Not anymore. It doesn't matter your propaganda. It doesn't matter your blackmail. It doesn't matter what you are doing. It doesn't matter how you try to change the narrative to bring good to the evil. You will not succeed. Never. You won't succeed. Look at all the lies they are peddling today. Chukwu Okabe is disgracing them. Disgracing them broad daylight. How can somebody be talking about one Nigeria, a country where you know that they have different law for different set of people? Different law for the rest of people. These are the people that will come and collect VAT. In the southern part of Nigeria, VAT from alcohol. In the southern part of Nigeria, and they go and share in the north. And in the north, they are busy destroying business of people, destroying the business of Biafrans, destroying alcohol, simply because they claim not to drink. They claim not to drink even when they are the highest drunkard you can know of. They destroy the business of Biafran people. In the north, you have a different law. You have Sharia law already implemented in that very place. You have Sharia police walking around. Nobody disturbs them. But in southeastern part of Nigeria, in Biafra as a whole, Eastern Security Network was put in place to secure the land, and yet all hell break loose. And the most annoying and most shameful one is that even Biafrans fighting against their own, Biafrans standing up against their own, they do not want to save themselves. They prefer to be in slavery. They prefer to be in captivity. Have you seen such a thing? That is the most painful one. What have we done? What have we done? In a time when you know that everything is against you. This is the time we are supposed to activate on Ruben also. We are supposed to stand shoulder to shoulder with our families, shoulder to shoulder with our brothers and sisters, shoulder to shoulder with anybody you see. That was how we were able to survive the Civil War. During the Civil War, the 1967, from what we read in the history, from 1967, what we read, people were working together collectively, sharing the little things they have. That was how they were able to survive for 3 good years. Every Biafrans we are putting things in place to share. This volunteer force we are seeing today, that same volunteer force was what we used during that 1967 to fight for 3 good years. Everything was done voluntarily. Our military was not paid. It was a volunteer force. Our military was not even fed. It was the people in the village, any place they go for operation, those people will gather and feed them. To show you how we operated, how love is deep in the heart of Biafran people. And that same love is what you're going to activate today. Every cow meat you have eaten that have blocked your brain, every cow meat that you have put in that have blocked your brain, Chukwu Okikaba will make you vomit that cow meat today. If you are one of those who have eaten that cow meat in Biafra that is confusing you, that is making you to see your own brother as an enemy, Chukwu Okikaba is going to make you to vomit that cow you have eaten. Today, what you see are people who take their own brother as an enemy while they are dining with the criminals. You are taking your brother as an enemy and you are dining with the enemy. This is absurd. More especially those who are in politics, every single one of them is a criminal and they need to face the consequence of their action. When Biafra come, anyone that has served in Nigerian politics will be tried. When Biafra come, every politician, starting from local government to the up, they will be tried. They will all be tried because these people, they are the people who have connived to enslave us and make sure that we remain slaves, simply because of their own personal interest. After all, their own children is going to school. After all, their own children is not lacking. After all, they have everything. They have all the cars. Their children are studying abroad. Everything they need, they have it. So why must they talk about Biafra? They are scared that when you talk about Biafra, they will lose their influence. They are scared that when Biafra come, they will lose their properties. They are scared that when Biafra come, they will remain irrelevant. That your fears cannot stop the coming of Biafra. Hear me and hear me clear. That your fear cannot stop the coming of Biafra. It doesn't matter. It doesn't count. No matter how afraid you are, Biafra will come. And when it comes, every single person that have risen against Biafra will be put to trial. If the court of Biafra said you are innocent, you go home. But if the court of Biafra said you are guilty, you will face the full wrath of the law. And of course, Biafrans will have their own law. Everybody, wherever you are today, you have to wake up and stand up and sit up. Sit up. Don't allow anybody to confuse you and deceive you. If at this particular point in time, you're still doubting if Biafra will come in 2023, I'm sorry. We can't help you. All I'm going to tell you is to watch and see. Just go and sit back and watch. Sit back and watch. You know, some of them, initially, they were not taking us serious. They were thinking that it was a joke. They were thinking that everything that Master Samuel was doing was a joke. But now, they have begun to see the seriousness. They are beginning to have sleepless nights. They have begun to see the reality that the Biafran people are with Master Samuel under the leadership of Nnamdi Kanu. It doesn't matter their propaganda. It doesn't matter their lie. It doesn't matter who they think they are supporting. It doesn't matter how much they have. We know they have the money. They have the connection. But we have Chukwu Okikabiyama, which you cannot compromise. That is different. Our enemy. They have all the money. They can buy all the media houses. They can buy human beings. Just like they're doing now. You saw Lahi Mohammed making a broadcast. He was thanking Facebook for agreeing to hold back innocent voices. That is what I'm saying. When I go to my Facebook to broadcast, I will be broadcasting there. A Facebook that has to 40-something thousand followers, but when I'm broadcasting, you will not see up to 50 people. You will not see up to 50 people. And you see that 50 people, they will be dragging, they will be pushing them out and coming in. This is the attack we are facing in the media. A heavy attack paid by the federal government of Nigeria. Most of all these media platforms, they have paid them that if you are doing a program of Biafra, it doesn't matter how many listens you have, before you can be able to break through, it is going to be difficult. They will make sure they don't introduce your video to people. They cannot show your video, and they cannot give you a second chance of it. This is what we face. But the only way we can overcome it is consistency and you sharing and liking. As you share and like the video, victory is sure. We can't stop. We can't stop. Every day, as long as I have breath, I will always speak about Biafra. It is about my life. That is the only life I have. There is no life I hang in. There is no borrowed or life that I'm keeping anywhere. The life I have is Biafra. The life I breathe is Biafra. And I will do everything possible to make sure that Biafra comes. And I would like you to make the same confession. As you're watching me, make Biafra your life. Make Biafra your reality. Fight for Biafra. Ask yourself, what am I going to do to make sure that this Biafra gets faster? What am I going to do to support this movement of Biafra? What am I going to do to tap into the grace of Biafra that is coming? What am I going to do to be part of this last miracle on the planet Earth? It is about to happen. You must key in. Tapping into that blessing. It is for your own good. Tapping into it. As for the saboteurs, we don't have their time anymore because they are gone. Master Samuel said, they are gone and gone for good, and they will never ever return. They will return. They are gone. Gone and gone for good, and they will never ever return. It doesn't matter how they try. It doesn't matter the propaganda or blackmail they bring. They will never succeed. Chukwu Okukarioma has given us the mandate, and we are following the mandate of Chukwu Okukarioma. I thank my brother Mazi Simon Epa. Mazi Simon Epa, whom Chukwu Okukarioma have chosen by himself and gave him the mantle. Chukwu Okukarioma chose Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, gave Mazi Nnamdi Kanu assignment. And when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saw Mazi Simon Epa, he called on him. He beckoned on him and said, go and listen to this man, share his video. He is bringing a new dimension to the struggle. And all hell broke loose. When they saw that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was about to make the move, and Mazi Simon Ekpa is there with him to support him and push him, go ahead, they couldn't handle it. They sold him out. And today, our Sula Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the hand of the enemy, and they are rejoicing. They are rejoicing. Because if you still go to their platform, some of them have lost shame. People have lost shame. You see them trying to debunk things that are obvious, confusing themselves. Biafrans cannot be confused. We are smart people. I saw one of the idiots trying to use the Chinasa of Hopu to confuse her with the Chinasa of the Department of Saboteur. The Chinasa that is sponsoring the dead man squad is the Chinasa of the saboteur, the one that is working with the saboteurs in IPOB. Mohammed Abbas, he is the one those boys are talking about. The people who were arrested, these are the people they're talking about. But you see these criminals, they come to their platform, they begin to showcase the Chinasa of Hope Uzodinma. That one is another murderer. The murderer that Hope Uzodinma kept in the State House. They want to confuse him with another Chinasa, the one who is in Kuwait or wherever, and continue to unleash mayhem in Biafra land, creating the unknown gunmen and whatever. They try to confuse us, to tell us, oh, it is not this our own Chinasa. It is not their own Chinasa that is in Kuwait. It is the Chinasa that the other boy said that Chinasa he's talking about is living abroad. Chinasa Mworu, he mentioned the Chinasa Mworu. The Chinasa of the Chinasa of Hobu is not Chinasa Mworu. Chinasa Mworu is the one, the criminal that is killing people in Biafra land. And you going forward, you had the other exposition that came, that every single one of them, can you imagine? They all have their gangs. They have all formed their own gangs, including that criminal in South Africa. That is why every time he comes, he will tell you that he will make informant. He has already planted his informant in Biafra land, sponsoring informant in Biafra land. Even when he is the one that is going to go and take the life of people, still he begins to blackmail Master Manepa. He continued to blackmail Master Manepa, thinking that he's going to confuse us, thinking that he's going to push us away. You cannot confuse Biafran people. There's nothing you can do to confuse us. This is a man who will come in his platform. He say he will give information. Anybody that kills police, I will call police. I will tell the military. Anybody that kills the military, their hand is not there. It is Simon Ekpa and his voice. Not knowing that this idiot is the one sponsoring killers in Biafra land. Not knowing that it is this idiot that is sponsoring killers in Biafra land. Exactly. Chinasa Mworu and Okwe Foreign, whatever they call him. These are the people sponsoring the killing you see in Biafra land. And have you asked yourself, why is it after these names have been mentioned, after these names have been mentioned, including people who were coming on their platform to cry, to share crocodile tears, those who were writing petition, where are they? What are they doing today? What are they doing today? Including those of them who were there. The same people who perpetrated this evil, who took the life of innocent people, they are the same people who came out and begin to blame IPOB, begin to blame Mazi Simon Ekpa, begin to blame the autopiloted IPOB by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Autopiloted IPOB of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which Mazi Simon Ekpa is the spokesperson today. They have seen it, seen their hand right on the wall. They are seeing the hand right on the wall clearly that they cannot escape what is coming. Please, as you join these brokers, try to like. Go and click like. Please, if you are in this program, click like. It will help us to reach out to other people. Very, very important. If you have not clicked like on this very program or you have not subscribed, please subscribe and click like. It is very, very important. It's going to take us a long way. The attack on social media is so much. That is why we have to be shouting on this clicking of like and sharing. This is the way we overcome the attack. That is one of the ways we overcome the attack. Without that, it will be difficult to reach out to many people. It will be very, very difficult to reach out to people. That is why, as we are doing our part, you must help us where you are. You must help us to reach out to people by sharing. In every platform you are, you share the video. In every platform, make sure that each and every one of us here share to one person. At least one person. At least one person. We are going to Biafra land in 68 days' time. As the time is drawing closer, no man born of a woman can stop it. The message we are preaching today, the horn we are blowing today, is that people should stand up and key in. But whereby you refuse to do that which you are supposed to do, we cannot help you. You can't stop the coming of Biafra. If you know that you have nothing to offer, maybe you offered something in the past. And I must tell you that every single Biafran that have been in this struggle worldwide has a role to play. Including this Department of Saboteur, they have played their own part. Let me tell you, even Judas had a role to play in the life of Christ. Judas had a role to play in the salvation of the Christians. Without Judas, could you imagine what would have happened? Without Judas accomplishing his own mission, could you imagine what would have happened? Have you ever thought of that? I now tell you that every single person in this Biafran struggle has an assignment, has something to fulfill. The only difference is that, are you fulfilling the negative part of history or the positive side of history? Are you fulfilling the negative part of history or the positive part of history? That is the question you have to ask yourself as a Biafran. As for having contribution to make, every single one of us, no matter how young you are, no matter how old you are, no matter how long you have been in the struggle, even if you are coming yesterday, even if you are just coming, even if you are just listening to Biafran for the first time, you have a role to play. But the important thing is that role you have to play, is it to the positive side of the Biafra or the negative side? Is history going to remember you on the negative side or the positive side? There are people that are going to act negatively, leading us to the positive actualization of Biafra. Those people will be there. But remember, just like in the Bible they say, woe unto him through whom the Son of Man will be deceived. That is why you must be at alert. Don't let yourself be the person that will be used to fulfill the negative part of history. Do not allow yourself to be one of those who will be used to fulfill the negative part of history. But I tell you, every single one of us have a role to play. Every single one of us who have been there has played a role, including the Department of Saboteur today that are being sacked from IPOB. They have played their own part. They have played their own part and created a way for the wheat to be separated from the chaff. And today, Nnamdi Kanu, anointed disciple, have separated the wheat from the chaff. And Chukwu use this Department of Saboteur to block their ears and block their noses and make us know those who are evil. And today, Mazi Simon Ekpa has stood out. He is standing out. He has become a lone voice that you can hear today and know that truly you are hearing the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They have played their own role. But history is going to remember them in a negative way. History will remember them in a negative way. Just like every other person. Every single person has played a role, including Uche Mefo. Uche Mefo played his own role. But today, you know how history is going to remember him? History is going to remember him that he sold out. That at a stage, he began to fight against that which he represents. The same thing with the Department of Saboteur. When it was time for propaganda, all these their errants, some of them, they were very good at the propaganda. Propaganda to create awareness. It was to the positive side. During that moment of propaganda, they were there pushing the propaganda to let the world hear our voice, to make sure that the message goes far, to create awareness. Even if it is propaganda, they were pushing it. And they did well during that time. But when we have now crossed that very stage, we are now in the stage of reality, in the stage of exposition, in the stage where you will tell somebody a thing and you show him. Because it has come to a stage where we are going to be sitting on the table with the international community, where we sit on the table with foreign countries, where we sit on the table with the foreigners to explain to them the situation of things with facts. And none of them can be able to stand that. Their own assignment have finished. And instead of them to quietly walk away, they are still busy there, constituting nuisance. That is why history will remember them in a bad way. Instead of them to walk away, your time have expired. You will stand as a stumbling block. They stood as a pillar, hindering the real people to meet Nnamdi Kanu. When any intelligent and normal person that have a genuine love for Biafra comes, they will stand in gap and continue to create nuisance. There will be an obstacle. They will stand an obstacle to make sure you don't get across to Nnamdi Kanu. They will blackmail you, time you all manner of names until you run out. But when Chukwu Okokabama brought Mazi Simon Ekpa and gave him the wisdom of 1,000 men, he told them, I will be your end. And they thought it was a joke. Someone Ekpa said, I will be your end. I will chase you away from IPOB. And when he was saying, they were laughing. They said, look at this one. We are not even a member of IPOB. How do we chase us out? It was just like a joke. It was just a joke. We did the vote of no confidence. We passed vote of no confidence in them and we collectively voted them out. And they called it a joke. When all these things were going on, people were taking this as a joke. They thought they were catching fun. They said, how can you sack us? Someone told them that you are sacked. The Biafrans took a vote and cast a vote of no confidence, then that was their end. And Mazi Simon Ekpa announced it. And they said, you're not a member of IQOB. How can you be this one? But today, what are you seeing? Haven't Biafran decided them? Haven't they been sacked? They have seen it clearly that they are sacked. Now today they are joining the government. Some of them are going to be a pipeline guide. Some of them are joining the campaign. Some of them have been, including people who claim to be whatever, who claim to be this and that, who have sworn oath to protect Biafra. They have joined one party or the other to begin to promote a different thing altogether. Because their own time has expired. Their own time, Mazi Simon Ekpa announced that their time is up. They cannot be relevant anymore. And once he mentioned it, it stands because he's standing on the truth. Whatever he says, he didn't just come out to say it. Chukwu Okokabama placed that word in his mouth to say. And when he says it, it stands. You can't fight the truth and win. You cannot. There is no way you can fight the truth and win. They started with lie and propaganda. They sold our Supreme Master Nnamdi Kanu. After selling him, they come and pretend they didn't know what happened to him. The same people who pretended they didn't know what happened to Master Nnamdi Kanu, they didn't know where he traveled to, they didn't know how the day he was kidnapped. As the time goes on, they begin to reveal by themselves that they knew. And seeing all these things, you still be wondering, why are people listening to them? The same people that came out to tell you that the same day you saw Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the Zoological Republic, that was the day they saw him. That day you saw Mazi Nnamdi Kanu announcement, the day you saw him that you announced that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had been transferred, that was the day they heard about the kidnap. But at long run, when Chukwu came and set confusion in their midst, they began to confess. It turned out that every single one of them knew from day one. They knew from day one that Mazi Nnamdi was kidnapped. These were the people who were supposed to hold a meeting with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And he never appeared. And they didn't bother. 4th day, 2nd day, 3rd day, 4th day, 5th day, 6th day, 7th day, 8 days. They didn't bother. These are how evil people are. You must be careful with this. I don't know why people are still listening to them. I can't just understand. If you are still listening to me at this point in time, we can't help you. I'm not here because of you. If you're one of those still listening to the Department of Saboteur, I'm not here for you. We can't help you. Because enough awareness has been created. Chukwu Okeke have used our brother Master Simon Ekpa to reveal so many things, including when he warned somebody who is very close to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He warned her, do not go to these people. Do not listen to them. Don't even go to answer their question if possible. Or if you must go, be careful to their question. Be careful what you go there to do. And she thought it was a joke. Out of pride. She went. Today, where is she? Today, where is she? Who is talking about her? They have used their evil to destroy her and put her by the side. And I trust Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He himself said it, that nobody is above Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, you cannot compare anybody to Biafra. No life is stronger than Biafra or better than Biafra. It doesn't matter who you are. He said, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, even he himself is not above Biafra. That is how strong the Biafran spirit is. But when you are warned, you will not listen. When she was warned, do not go. Don't go there. If you must go there, be careful. She went there. As if it wasn't enough for going there, she went there and she began to attack Master Simon Ekpa. Begin to tell us, use some careless illustration that doesn't hold water. Illustration that doesn't have meaning. The greatest mistake he made was to attack Master Simon Ekpa. To attack autopiloted IPOB. The autopilot that was established by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mentioned it, you didn't know. Where were you? Where were you? You that sleep with him was closer to him, you give him food, you feed him, yet you don't have information about him. If somebody that he stays with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu day and night for years, yet you can't understand him, who else? Who else is going to understand him? Only because you've not been in line. Only because you are not chosen. That is why you fell for that trap. As if that wasn't enough, you attack Master Simon Ekpa. And today, where are you? The people that drag you out today, they have deserted you. The same people who drag you out have deserted you. They have left you on your own. They went to the state to turn you against the family of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and you fell into it. Today, where are you? Where are they? They have deserted you. They have decided that they have now focused on a different dimension of forming an armed group in Biafra land to take innocent life. That is where they are focused on now. When you were warned, you refused to listen. When you were respectfully warned by the dragon, respectfully, he said it after making it out. He said, I'm not commanding you. If you must go, be careful. And you went there the first time, as if it wasn't in there. You came and you begin to attack directly to Master Simon Ekpa, and he never responded to you. And when Chukwu Okeke would disgrace you, you came out and told that Master Nnamdi Kanu is healthier than those of us who are outside. Unbelievable. Who says that? Who does that? That Master Nnamdi Kanu is much more healthier than those of us who are outside. Who does that? Who says that? There is no way somebody that is in captivity will be healthier than somebody who has freedom. It doesn't, even if you are in captivity in White House, If you are under arrest in White House, you can never say that you are having a better life than people who are outside. No normal person says that. As long as you are in detention, as long as you are detained, you cannot, no normal person will open up his mouth and say that somebody who is in detention is living better life than somebody who is outside. Let alone somebody who is in detention in the DSS, in the zoo. In the DSS, in the zoo, and you open your mouth to tell us that he is living better than those of us who are outside. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That is the kind of damage you can cause when you go with evil. And today we have seen where all those things were coming from. Today we have seen the genesis of all those things was the Kanu White. The Kanu White lawyer who was pretending to be working with Nnamdi Kanu. We didn't know that he was an enemy. We didn't know he was an enemy. We didn't know that he has sold out. He has sold out. He has changed 960 degrees. Even if he was working with Nnamdi Kanu initially, a time came when he began to work against Nnamdi Kanu. And he became very clear. He became very clear. And when he was deviating into the very direction, Master Simon Eko was warning him, just like he warned every other person. He was warning him, before we come mad. Before we come mad. Before we come mad. And he refused to listen. Remove the hand of the monkey from the soup before it becomes the hand of a human. Remove the hand of the monkey from the soup before it becomes human hand. He refused. He continued. What do you see today? That hand has become human hand. The whole world have said it. Revelation has begun to come. Exposition has begun to come. And in all the accusations that Master Simon Eko placed against the Kanu White today, none, he cannot defend, not even one. Not one. He couldn't defend it. He's running away from it. His crime is so connected that even the governor of Anambra State is involved in the criminal act. Governor of Anambra State is connected in the criminality that Kanu White lawyer is involved in. That is why today the accusation was made, revelation was made about the kidnapped commissioner. Nobody is talking about it. They pretend as if they're not seeing it. They pretend as if they didn't hear it. And they are still going about their businesses. The only thing that can make such to happen is because they are all involved in it. They are all in it together, including the government of the states. They are all involved in it. But is that going to stop us? It is not going to stop us. Biafra is a moving train. No man born of a woman can stop it. If Buhari cannot stop Biafra, is it Soludo can stop it? If Buhari himself, late Muhammad Buhari died in the course of trying to stop Biafra, you think Soludo will stop it? Soludo will go down if he make any attempt, proceed on pushing, stop it on Biafra. If Soludo continue to stand against Biafra, he will go down. Chukwu Okikabia will take him out. Mark it. Chukwu Okikabia will take Soludo out if he continues in this path that he's going to stand against Biafra. Every single word Soludo has spoken in the past will fight against him. His own word will stand against him. Every single statement Soludo has made in the past will stand against him and bring him down. I have played his video several times where he was making a case for Biafra, where he was talking about today. Soludo talked about today in a live video where he was talking about the evil of the politicians, the way politicians are trying to use their own brothers to go and gain favor in Abuja. Soludo spoke about it, and that very statement Soludo made will stand against him today and will surely bring him down. It is not a bad prayer. He came to national television to make that utterance. That a time will come when people will use IPOB to go and negotiate in Abuja and get something, and they think that children, they think they don't have a sense. That time, these children will show them that they know what they are doing, and every one of them will turn out to be a saboteur, and they will come after them. Soludo said it with his own mouth. And today, exact thing that Soludo said is what he is doing. And that will judge him. That very statement of his is going to judge him and send him to his early grave. Let him continue his path. I'm not going to tell him to stop. Let him continue. The word he spoke in his own mouth will fight against him. The word he has spoken will fight against him. He came to Anambra to form gang. Look at Anambra State. Anambra State have become a no-go zone. Anambra State now have become the most insecure, competing with Imo State. Competing with Imo State. All in the name of Seludo. But I tell you, in 2023, it is going to be a different ball game. They have started seeing it already. The radical evangelism have started. Flyers and posters everywhere, replacing all the political nonsense they post on the wall. Every political nonsense you see on the web, Biafrans are replacing it with the referendum flyers. And the international community are watching. Everyone is watching. In the coming days, they will understand it better. Those who never believed that Biafra is going to come in 2023, they will begin to believe it. In this countdown, if you don't believe, when we enter 2023, you begin to believe. You see it clear, but just pray that you have the opportunity to join. Because some of you who are bent on pursuing evil, you will not have opportunity of repentance. One Nigeria will definitely show you Pepe. That one Nigeria you wish us, that one Nigeria, if you are a Biafran and you're wishing us one Nigeria, that one Nigeria you're wishing us will happen to you. By the time we get into 2023, that one Nigeria you are wishing Biafran people, it will happen to you first. It will happen to you. And just pray. Pray that you will be alive to tell the story. We are not going to help you on such prayers. Only you should go on that prayer. Go on your knees and pray that when one Nigeria happens to you in 2023, as many as are talking about obedient, as many as are promoting one Nigeria, as many as are talking, let us go and do election. When one Nigeria will happen to you in 2023, pray that you will be alive to tell the story. That is your prayer point. Is it going to happen to you? It will definitely happen. This one is not the prediction. In 2023, it's going to happen to you. One Nigeria will happen to every one of you. Just pray that you'll be alive to tell the story. If you're not alive, when you go and meet Chukwu Kagadiama, you will tell Chukwu Kagadiama what happened. Why you were doing a different thing. When the children were doing a different thing, you are doing a different thing. You go and explain them. And whatever judgment Chukwu Kagadiama passes on you stands. As I always tell you, only him and him alone has the right to forgive, not us. Forgiveness remains for Chukwu Kagadiama. Whoever he sets free, he is free indeed. In the state that we are now, it is not a time to listen to propaganda and blackmail. It is not the time to listen to falsehood. It is not to listen to those who are talking trash. It is a time to prepare ourselves on our journey to the promised land. Every Biafran that is watching, prepare yourself for the journey into the Biafran land, into the promised land. We are going to go into the promised land very soon. 68 days to go. The day we are counting days, unstoppable, counting days into Biafra. And I tell you, it is coming. It is coming. Whether you believe it or you don't believe it, doesn't really matter. We are not even begging you anymore to believe. For those Thomases, you will see it before your own very eyes, but you will not enter into Biafra. For those Thomas, so many of you who are Thomas, you think it's a joke, you think it's a child's play. You are going to hear about it when you not enter it. You will hear about it. Hey, Biafra have been granted. Now they are in Biafra. You will hear it, but you will not be there. The same way it happened to the children of Israel. So many people who were down there during the time of Israelites, that they go to the promised land. So many of them could not make it to the promised land because of their doubt. Because they never believed it was going to happen. They didn't make it to the promised land. But I tell you, in this era, the same thing is going to happen. So many of you who don't believe, who think it's a joke, who are taking us for a ride, you will not be there. But those of us who believe that Biafra is a reality, who are fighting, making contribution in one way or the other, as you are sharing this video, as you are clicking like, as you are supporting the ESN, praying for ESN, as you are praying for Mazi Simon Ekpa, supporting Mazi Simon Ekpa, as you are supporting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, praying for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu every day, as you are supporting Biafra in any way, as you are helping to share the flyers, as you are supporting in one way or the other, Chukwu Okekebe will remember you. Chukwu Okekebe will remember you, and your name will be written in gold. The gods of our land will keep you. With all the sacrifice you're making, the gods of our land will keep you and keep you safe. You will never lose your life carelessly. No accidental bullet must touch you. As many as are genuinely, with genuine heart, supporting Biafra from the bottom of their heart, as many as are genuinely standing firm to support Biafra, to make sure that Biafra comes, you will never ever lose your life in the course of this journey. You will live to tell the story. You will live to stand side by side with Nnamdi Kanu and raise the flag of Biafra. No weapon formed or fashioned against you shall prosper. As long as you're genuinely focusing on this struggle, as long as you're genuinely following with your whole heart, as long as you're committed in the struggle, doing what you're supposed to do, you are going to enjoy the fruit of your labor. And if you have not keyed in, if there is no responsibility you have picked in this Biafra struggle, please go and pick your responsibility. If there is no responsibility you have picked, everyone that is watching me on this platform today, if you have not picked up a responsibility in the struggle of Biafra, go and pick up one. If it is to share video, make sure that every day you share the video of the message of restoration of Biafra. Message that is coming from the autopiloted IPOB. Go and check all the autopilot platform, all the autopilot media warriors. Share their videos and let it go viral. That is a responsibility. If it is to support the ESN, Chukwu Okekado have blessed you. Make it a point of view that every single month you will make a donation, or every week you make a donation to ESN. I tell you, after that very sacrifice, you will never lack. If you make it a point of duty, you will never lack. Make it a point of duty to donate to ESN, either weekly or monthly, as a tithe to them. You will never ever lack. If you're one of those that have the anointing of prayer, go on your knees, add fasting to your prayer, and continue to pray for Biafra, Biafrans, pray for our men on the ground, our volunteer force. Pray for those who are speaking out, who are putting their faces on the line, those who are coming out on daily basis, putting their life on the line. Pray for them. Pray and pray and pray. Chukwu Okekado will never forget you. Your prayer will be answered. Pick up a responsibility. If you are on the ground, go and get a flyer, the flyer of our referendum, the flyer of Freemason Nnamdi Kanu. Go and get it. Get it. You can reach out to. Place it on the wall. Place it. Any place you can be able to place it there. That is responsibility. If you are living abroad, you are so busy that you can't call somebody in Nigeria, give him the sample of that very thing, let him go and print it. Print it and give it to people to share. Give it to people. You must not leave it to the autopiloted IPOB or to somebody else. You can do that on your own. This is what autopilot is about, where everybody will be busy putting their hand together to do things extraordinarily to make sure that we bring Biafra. That is autopilot. People doing things in extraordinary way, pursuing one single interest, our freedom, and getting into that freedom by all means possible. People doing imaginable things that you cannot imagine. People going extra miles to do things. If you are watching me today, and those who are going to watch it time to come, go and take up a responsibility for Biafra. There is no more time. 68 days to go. In these 68 days, make sure there is one thing you are doing every day for the coming of Biafra, or every week for the coming of Biafra, or every month for the coming of Biafra. Whatever it is, I don't want to know. Make sure you pick up a responsibility that you will remember. Say, this is my responsibility for Biafra on daily basis. This is my responsibility for Biafra every week. This is my responsibility for Biafra every month. Pick it up. Write your name in gold, and your life will never remain the same. There is no amount of giving that is greater than that. Our people are dying. Our people are dying. You have seen video where our own brothers and sisters have run away from their home, deserted. You know how busy Christmas time can be in Biafra land. You know how busy Christmas time can be in Biafra land, but you saw village that is deserted completely. No single soul in that desert, in that place, except the man that was videoed and one man that came across. It is not a child's play. When Nnamdi Kanu was warning and telling you that they are coming, they are coming. They are coming. You thought it was a joke. Some of them called him a madman. Some called him a troublemaker. Some said he's fomenting trouble. But today, it has become evidence and clear, very, very, very clear, that these people will not stop. They are already at the gate. The enemy is at the gate, waiting for you to blink your eye. As soon as you close your eyes, they are coming. You see a whole Biafra land deserted. Something that Nnamdi Kanu have said it will not happen. And you and I are here. You are here. When you watch that video, you are not moved. Nnamdi Kanu swore and say, no inch of Biafra land will be taken away. And it is our responsibility to defend Biafra land and protect it. Yet, you watch a video where people have deserted their villages in Biafra land and you are not moved. You are not moved. That means you are not human. You are not a Biafran. If after watching that video, you are not moved, you are not a Biafran. You saw many people who were murdered in that very place. Pregnant woman killed, the fetus brought us from her stomach. You are not moved. Your own brothers could not be able to stay in their home to the same way other people are staying in their home and celebrating. He couldn't be able to stay at home. They have to be hanging in the other villages to join people. If you are not moved after watching that video, you are not human. And you don't deserve to be a Biafran. That is why we have to continue on this radical evangelism. We have to step up this radical evangelism. Step it up. Step it up. The evangelism comes in all directions. Whatever angle you know you have your responsibility, begin to do it. There are so many things you can do. There are so many things you can do. Even if, no matter how busy you are, if you are busy, your money can work for you. Your money can do a lot for you. Support all the way you can do. Support the ESN the best way you can. Give your support. All the broadcasters, support them. Share their videos. Make sure their videos goes viral. Continue to share videos. Send information across. Talk to people. Educate people. There are a lot of things to do. A lot of responsibility. As long as you're a Biafran, there is something you can do. Don't tell me there's nothing you can do. There is something. Something that you will come and put in your heart to do. Go and start doing it. I say this every time. And I know that I'm talking to somebody. I say it every time. And I know that I'm talking to somebody. There is something Chukwu Okeke is putting in your heart to do. To support the coming of Biafra. Go and begin to do it. If you don't do it, you will live to regret it. It is better you do it in your lifetime than for you to go and answer a query for not doing what you're supposed to do. May Chukwu Okeke continue to guide and protect every single one of us who has been on this broadcast up to this minute. I appreciate you for joining this broadcast. I thank you so much for sharing this program. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please, I beg you in the name of Chukwu Okeke, subscribe. When you subscribe, click the notification so that whenever I come online, the notification will pop up on your phone. Share to one person. Make sure as you're watching, you share to one person. Let everybody that came to this platform today share to one person. And make sure that you subscribe so that you can be able to get notification when it comes. This is how we have to go on the radical message to make sure that everybody is carried along. I am doing my own part. You have to do your own part. As you are watching me on the comment section, you are part of the media. We can't do that alone. Without you, I will not be here. I say, may Chukwu Okeke continue to guide and protect every single soul in Biafra land. If you're watching from Biafra land, special thanks to you. May Chukwu Okeke guide and protect you, secure you, and protect you. May Chukwu Okeke guide and protect all the Biafrans all over the world, all the Oduduwa people all over the world, all the Middle Belters, everyone that is genuinely fighting for freedom. Chukwu Okeke will protect you and secure you. May Chukwu Okeke continue to guide and protect our ESN, the volunteer force, all the armed groups in Biafra land that are genuinely fighting for freedom, the BNL and BNG. May Chukwu Okeke guide and protect every one of them, secure them and keep them safe. Give them that wisdom, understanding, and that strength to continue to fight the battle until the last minute. May Chukwu Okeke continue to guide and protect Sunday Igboho and Professor Kintoye. May Chukwu Okeke guide and protect them, secure them, give them more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to continue to pilot the affairs of the Oduduwa people until self-determination is achieved. May Chukwu Okeke guide and protect our Umuada, Honorable Azoka, who is piloting the ship of the Umuada. May Chukwu Okeke continue to guide and protect her and her family. Protect all the Umuada and their family. Protect all the media warriors and their family. Everything they are doing, may Chukwu Okeke give them strength, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. May Chukwu Okeke continue to guide and protect our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa, who is on top of the game, facing challenges and attacks from east, west, north, and south. Chukwu Okeke will be your strength. Our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa, wherever you are, Chukwu Okeke will build a pillar of wall of fire around you that no weapon of the enemy, both spiritual and physical, will penetrate in you. Chukwu will increase your wisdom to 2,000 men wisdom, that in the time of difficult decision, you are going to give a decisive decision that is going to lead us into victory. May Chukwu guide and protect you, give you knowledge, wisdom, understanding, revelations. May Chukwu continue to be with you. May Chukwu continue to guide and protect our supreme leader, Nnamdi Kanu, wherever he is. We cover him with the presence of Chukwu. May Chukwu continue to carry him in his palms. Continue to carry him everywhere he goes. May Chukwu continue to lead him, continue to inspire him, continue to monitor him, continue to protect him. No weapon of the enemy will penetrate him. No poison injected into his body will have effect. Every illness in his body, every contamination in the body of Nnamdi Kanu, Chukwu will send doctors spiritually to continue to minister to him. May Chukwu send doctors spiritually to continue to minister to Nnamdi Kanu on daily basis. On daily basis. Whatever thing that is not right in his body, whatever illness, whatever hindrance, whatever obstacles in his body, anything that is not right in his body, may Chukwu give him a replacement. May Chukwu continue to guide Nnamdi Kanu, protect him, give him good health, strength, and energy to stand firm until when he will join us very soon. No weapon formed or fashioned against the Biafran people shall stand. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazi Simon Ekpa shall stand. No weapon formed or fashioned against Nnamdi Kanu shall stand. Thank you so much for joining me on this program from the beginning to end. I appreciate every one of you, and I will see you again tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu. Thank you so much, and stay blessed. Bye-bye. See you again tomorrow.